What's up, people? Miz talking football. Well, we know what today is. Another big day in the NFL. Schedules were leaked. I don't know why they have a show tonight. All the schedules are out. And I'm going to review the schedule, make a couple of predictions week by week. Always like to have a little fun with it. But I think we have a favorable schedule, especially at home. There's no reason why the Giants don't dominate at home this year, especially with the type of defense we have and expected full capacity stadiums. This fan base is so fired up. That stadium should be nuts, man. Dude, 89,000 of us. It's been, what, a year and a half, 2 years. Expect the old times back. Expect a loud, ruckus stadium, intimidating for other teams to come into, especially on defense. So, dude, welcome back to the swamps of the Meadowlands. Hey, let's go over it. Week 1, the New York Giants are at home, 4:25, hosting the Denver Broncos. Good game. I'm actually going to try to go to that game. I have fond memories of Giants-Broncos games. So, listen. I'm going to go with Aaron Rodgers is not going to be there. The reason why Vegas has this as a pick'em right now, or even a 1-point spread favorite towards Denver, is they're thinking that Rodgers might be a Bronco. But if Rodgers doesn't turn out to be a Bronco and stays in Green Bay, expect the line to go up to 3 or 4. I'd say Giants will be favored by 3 to 3.5 in this game if there's no Rodgers. And if there is a Rodgers, it's a completely different football game. But I got news for you, man. He might be great. You're going to a new team. You're on the road. This is a Giants team that a lot of teams are probably going to take likely early in the season. And for that, they're going to get a punch in the nose. Okay? The Giants might creep up and bite a few teams early before the league really gets to know them and starts taking them seriously. And, we'll take that the first 2 or 3 weeks, So, week 1, the Broncos are in New York. For the New York Giants, that's a win. 1-0. Okay? 1-0. Week 2, the Giants go down to Washington. Okay? Thursday night game. Let's get this Thursday night game cooking early. That's cool. I'm not a big fan of Thursday night games. It takes away from the hype of the weekend, sitting back and enjoying your football team on Sunday along with the other games. But hey, they want to put us on Thursday night. They know this is going to be a big-time matchup. 2 big-time defenses. The Redskins have built a strong team. They're led by a real good coach. The Giants looking like a solid, strong team. Okay? With an arsenal. And I think the difference in this game will be Daniel Jones. But I'm going to keep things fair. And I think they're both going to be fighting for a division this year, along with the Dallas Cowboys. So, week 2, the Giants go down to Washington. The Washington's going to hear all about how they haven't beaten us in a while. And I think that they'll be ready for that game. The Redskins will win this game by a score of about 23-17. One of those type of games. For the Giants, that'll be a loss. 1-1. Okay? Week 3, we come home. And we host the Atlanta Falcons, who might be improved this year, but not improved enough to intimidate me. And I'll make this quick. I could see this as an over game. Whatever the over-under might be, you'll go over this week. This will be a high-scoring game. Atlanta will put up some points. The Giants are going to show off their arsenal. Okay? I could see this being like a 31-27 type of game. But for the Giants at home, that's a win. 2-0 at home, 2-1 on the season. Week 3, the New York Giants go down to New Orleans. Historically, okay, that's like a snake pit for us. It's been a tough place for us to go to and play. Even in games where we've scored 49 or 50, we've lost. That's a hard game. down in New Orleans. It's been a long time since we've beaten them there. Guess what? The Saints ain't the same team. There's no Breeze. I don't care if they got Winston. I don't care who they got there. It ain't the same team. It ain't going to function the same. The New York Giants go to New Orleans, okay? And the league, this is where the league will wake up to the Giants and realize the New York Giants are a problem. Time to take them seriously. Week 4 in New Orleans, the Giants, that's a win. Okay? 3-1. Moving on. Week 5. The New York Giants, I believe, are in Dallas. We go down to Dallas. Tough game. Like I said, I'm going to be fair in division. Dallas are going to be fighting. They're a strong team. I know their secondary has issues. I see the Cowboys holding their home field that day. Okay? I'm going to give the Cowboys the win. That's a loss. The Giants are now 3-2. Week 6, the Giants play the Rams. Last year, that was a hard-nosed fought game. That's a tough game. The Giants will step up and give it another rough, hard, tough game. This will be a defensive war once again like last year, okay? 17 or 20 might win the game. I could see a 17-13 outcome. All right? I'm going to give that game. The game's at home. It should be a payback. That's one of the few losses at home this year. I'm going to call that a loss for the Giants. Okay? Now the Giants are sitting at 3-2. The New York Giants stay home in Week 7. All right? They play the Carolina Panthers. In comes Sam Darnold to his own hometown, although it was never his hometown, because this is a blue house. We bleed blue in this place. So he's coming in. He's got a nice new team, couple weapons. I could see them having a decent season. 8 wins for Carolina this year. Maybe 8 or 9. I'm going to put them at the 8 mark. 7 or 8. Hey, Giants are going to put it on Carolina that day. Okay? Giants will clear that game right up. 27-10, 13 is about right. The New York Giants win. We move on. We are now 4-3. Okay? Week 8. We're a Monday night game against Kansas City. Now, I'm going to tell you something. There's going to be a game this year the Giants are going to steal. It won't be this one. We're just not on that level. We'll come to play. We'll give it 3.5 hard quarters like we did in that Tampa game last year. Kansas City, to me, is a team that's on the tracks to go back to the Super Bowl. They loaded up the O-line. It's a very strong team. One of the best coaches in the league. One of the best quarterbacks. Hey, we'll lose that game. I won't even have a score. But right there's a loss. So now the Giants are sitting through 8 games at 4-4. Might not be what we all wanted. But we're good. Mid-season, 4-4. We move on to Week 9. Week 9, the New York Giants play the Las Vegas Raiders. I believe that game's at home. And I'm telling you right now, the Giants are winning that game. That's a bounce-back game off of a tough loss to Kansas City. Bring the Raiders in. They have pieces, but it's a puzzle. It's a little broken up. Don't see them coming here and winning. Like I said, the Giants with their defense healthy will be dominant at home this year. And a stronger run game with Barkley. Hey, that's a win. Okay, the New York Giants win that game. We're sitting 5-4. Week 10, we go into our bye. Very good time for a bye. Mid-season, maybe a week after. Sit down, rest, take 2 weeks off, focus. Bring it back. Because after the bye, we have a monster game. A Monday night game in Tampa against the world champs, Tom Brady. Last year, that world champ team, regardless if they were as good at that time of the year as they were at the end, I don't care. The New York Giants outplayed them for 4 quarters and should have won the game. Questionable call by the ref. But forget all that. The Giants punched Tampa in the mouth that day a couple of times and showed the country that this is a growing team that has a big heart. Very physical. We're going to Tampa. Historically, we are a real good team in Tampa. We have a history there, including Super Bowl. The New York Giants are going to Tampa, and this is going to be our upset of the year. The Giants will go to Tampa. They won't forget what happened last year. They're going to bring a big game. They always play good down there. The New York Giants are going to upset the Tampa Bay Bucks in Week 11, okay? To stamp us now at 6-4. The New York Giants will leave Tampa on a high, and that's when all the media will start writing the Giants as a big-time team. They're going to win the NFC East. Listen, don't buy into all that nonsense. Let's just continue on our tracks, play hard, and be humble, okay? Be humble in victory as we go to Philadelphia Week 12. Philadelphia comes to the Meadowlands for a game. This one's for the upper organization, the management, the owner, Judge, Gettleman. Nobody forgets all the bullshit nonsense this Eagle organization pulled. The game on the field may not even mean as much to the players as it will for the people upstairs. This stadium will be jacked. This will be a war. The New York Giants will make sure they beat the Eagles twice this year. You heard it. Lock it up. Take it to the bank. The Giants will beat Philly twice this year. Okay? Those games are already circled, marked. We will beat the Eagles that day. The Giants will put it on the Eagles 28-13. Okay? The Eagles won't be good this year, but those games are still going to mean a lot for what went on in the offseason and at the end of last year. Moving on. You're now 7-4. You're going into Miami for a real tough game, which I will probably be at because I'll be down there. Going to Miami for a big game. Miami's a good team. That game's going to be hard, man. Historically, we've done good jobs when we've played Miami. But this Dolphin team looks strong. That's a tough, hard game. At 7-4, I'm going to say the Giants go into Miami. You know what? That's a win for the New York Giants. The Giants will beat Miami because the Miami always has these parts of the seasons where they fall asleep. I don't care who's on their team. Okay? People are going to recognize what we are. Games like this, we're going to go in there and put up enough points, maybe get a special teams touchdown, interception return, something. And the defense will do what it has to do to win a tight game right here. One of those 23-21 type of games. The Giants pull it out with a late field goal. One of those feel great wins. And we move on to Week 14 at Chicago. The Chicago Bears is a very important game. We start a 4-game stretch of NFC games, which will decide the Giants' fate towards the playoffs in December and early January. These 4 games, I'm calling them 4 playoff games that lead you to the playoffs. Okay? At Chicago, going to be a hard, tough game. We're all going to have the draft on our mind also, because the draft will help us. If we can beat Chicago, we help ourselves with a higher pick, regardless where that pick will be. We go to Chicago. I expect Chicago will be a little better than people think. They're not going to be a 5-win team. I also see them right around the 8-9 win marks, between 7 and 9. Depending on, again, everything depends on that division on Rodgers, but I think Rodgers is going to stay because Green Bay can't be that stupid. Work it out, make it up, stay home. They still have a good team. If Rodgers stays, I like Green Bay and the Vikings in that division. But the Bears will fight. They will win between 7 and 9 games. They're not a bad team like people think. They're not going to tank. When they put in Fields in the midseason, I don't know. But they have a defense to hold it together. It's going to be a tough game. It depends who's playing. You know what? I got to go with this game at Chicago. I'm sorry. I messed up at the Chargers this game. Tough team also. At the Chargers, I'm going to give the Giants a loss. It's a West Coast trip. I can see us slipping. We always have one of these slips mid to late season. Before they get on a run, I give them a loss at the Chargers. So you're going 7-5, okay? Then, messed up a little. Then we go Week 15 to Dallas. This is where the 4-game stretch starts that I was talking about. A big 4-game stretch in the NFC Conference. We play Dallas at home. We lost to them earlier in the season. You know we're not losing to them at home later in the season. I got to split at home in a hard-fought physical game, much like late in last year's game. The Giants will win this game. So the Giants win the game in Dallas, make them 8-5, right? Then we got to go. We have a game at Philly in Week 16. I told you we're beating Philly twice this year. This will be a much, much harder game. They will put up a fight. I don't think they'll lay down at that point. But the Giants will come out with a very hard-fought win in Philadelphia. I see it being a grinded-out game. The type of game like 17 to like 15 Giants, okay? 2016, like that. The New York Giants come out of there winning with win number, that should be win number 9, right? So you got us at 9-5. That's 14 with 3 games left to go to 17, 9-5. Now week 17 at the Chicago Bears. Tough game. I don't know who's going to be quartering. Again, I don't think the Bears are as bad as some of you are hoping for. I know the draft pick is on your mind. But you know what? These teams don't care about that. They're playing football in week 17. Okay? We're going to Chicago. That's going to be a hard game. And I'm telling you, that's a tough game, man. I'm actually torn on that one. We're already sitting at 9-5, so I'm going to tell you that the Giants are probably going to lose a game between week 17 and week 18. You know, so it is what it is. The New York Giants will take a loss somewhere here. Let's say they have a letdown in Chicago. All right, even though we know the Bears are probably not that good. The Giants will then come home, and the final game of the year, Week 18. This could be for all the marbles in the NFC East. The division title on the line. The Redskins, Giants, almost mirror images of each other. Strong defenses, good weapons, well-coached teams. You're not coming in here Week 18 and beating the New York Giants in front of 90,000. No, you're not. I'm sorry. It's just like that. You got the game earlier in the year. That's how I'm fair about it. Week 18, the New York Giants, they go get their 10th win of the season. They win the NFC East, whether it's by a game or a tiebreaker. The New York Giants win the NFC East. Pandemonium in MetLife Stadium, man. It's been a long time. The New York Giants win the NFC East. They'll beat the Redskins in a hard-fought game. I could see a score being like about 27-17 New York Giants. Okay? They dominate on defense. They pound the Skins with the run game and wear them out late in the third into the fourth quarter. Okay? Danny Dimes Jones leads us to a title. And a lot of people are stunned. 10-7 New York Giants win the NFC East and host a playoff game. That's my season. That's how it's going to break out. Hey, I could see a loss to the Bears where we're not supposed to lose. I could see an upset in Tampa where we're not going to be predicted to win. Happens like that every year. Get excited. It's coming. It's a big-time season. I break out the new sweater. Saved it for a special year. Something tells me we're headed for a big year. New York Football Giants. Hey, leave me some comments. Hit the bell if you like. Don't hit the bell if you don't like. I don't really care. Hey, it's nothing but love for this Blue Nation. Can't wait.